Welcome back everybody. This is a really exciting episode for me. You're gonna have to ignore my face. I've been grafting away on Dad's Comet and it's such a clean job. So this episode is going to be an unusual one. Wow, I'm progressing. We're not on the back of the car. The back of the car is not finished, but we've got the bolts back from the zinc coaters, and that's been a nightmare because they've basically thrown all the bolts in one box, and I told them specifically not to, and so we got Nissan bolts mixed up with Toyota bolts, which is proving a bit of a nightmare. Anyway, we are going to be aiming to put the engine and box in the Corolla. Now the plan is, I've done a few jobs already just because I kind of got excited. But I put the sub pan on, put the new water pump on. So this is a brand new water pump from JDM Garage. We've got a load of bits to go on. We've got a powder coated bolt, we've got powder coated brackets. All the engine mounts are all done powder coated. So we're going to get all this together. We're going to pour it on the engine. I ain't going to put the inlet or anything on yet. I might put the alternator and everything on, but we'll see. I'm going to work that out from when I get to it. The nightmare is going to be finding all the bolts for everything, because I can't remember. I took this apart a while ago, as you know, and I can't remember what bolts. I can't remember what they look like. The only benefit is I've got Jamie's car in a workshop. It's got an SR in. I might be able to see what bolts are holding this in, and I've got Darren's car here as well. So one way or another, we're finding a way around it. So won't bore you anymore. Let's get cracking. Which is hopefully very simple to put on. Put a few things on. I've kind of been looking at the bits that I've got to bolt on the engine and made the engine look too good for the bits. So the other thing is, what do I do with this rocker cover? What look should I go for with a rocker cover? I'm going to grind off the Nissan twin cam 16 valve, because it'll be the first time I've ever done that, so I want to do that. But what do I do with it? Give me a few options. We're going to have quite a bit of time before the next one. So what do I do with the rock cover? I have got a couple of rock covers, funny enough, but I don't know which way to go with that. The inlet manifold is looking tired, and these bits look tired. So what I'm going to do is the old dishwasher trick to see if that works. At least try and tidy it up. I'm going to get this off, throttle body and all these pipes. Keep it down back to basics. Do you reckon the dishwasher will work? I don't know. But I'm going to get that prepped, get that over there. I'm going to get that in the dishwasher ready for tomorrow morning, and go from there. The engine is pretty much going to stay like this. Got the engine and the mounts on. I've got to put the actual mounts on. I haven't ordered any new ones yet, so I've got some grubby old ones to give us a reference in the car where it's going to be. So I'm pretty sure this one's driver's side, because the other one's got a heat shield on. So we'll put them on in a bit, and then we can take it off the stand and put the grubby gearbox on. So that's going to need a paint job at some point. I mean, I did the engine for in between jobs, so that kind of tidied that up. So we're getting there slowly. We're going to get all these bits stripped off, and then we'll get the engine off stand, bolt it to the box, make sure the little metal plates in between, and then we'll throw it in the car and see where we want it to sit. See, we've got the engine a bit together. I'll clean the alternator up a little bit, paint it fully, but I ain't too worried about that. All the rest of it's gone into the dishwasher, so we'll see how well that comes out. But yeah, let's get it off this stand and onto the engine crane, and maybe we'll drop it down on the floor, we'll get the gearbox on. I ain't going to put the clutch or anything on yet. It's obviously going to come back out, but at least we've got some bits on, we've got a bit of an idea of where stuff's going to be. We'll go from there. But yeah, exciting. engine's in the hole. I might set it a little bit further back yet, but I also want to be able to get the rock cover off. And I've got to make sure the engine's high enough, because I'm going to put the engine quite high. Got the gearbox strapped up to the roll cage for now. And as you can see, the tunnel's big enough, but not quite big enough. I'm going to widen it slightly, just to make my life really easy to get it in and out. And obviously if I have to go for a 350Z box, it makes sense. So that's good progress for tonight. So I'll keep you informed, and we'll crack in, and we'll come in on probably another night or on a full day, and we'll get some engine mounts made and work out about a gearbox mount. At least we can get all the patterns ready for the tunnel and work out the height of the tunnel and stuff. So great progress. Right, we'll catch you in a minute. Right, so we're back in the shop, and tonight we are going to be making some engine mounts. Now, a lot of people might ask, why am I not chassis mounting it, or you know, putting like proper rubber bushes and poly bushes in it. I could do that, but I'm going with what I know and what I've used in the past. And what I used on the original Corolla was hard race engine mounts. I haven't ordered them yet, but we're going to use, they're basically built on a stock engine mount, so we're going to buy exactly the same thing. So we're going to use these ones as a mock-up. So I think the first plan is going to put a plate, make a plate with a slotted hole first, and then we're going to decide how to do this. So what I might do is, I'm kind of spitballing a little bit. I'm going to maybe make that plate all in one piece, put a bend in it, and then make this piece with a hole in it here, and then this piece, so I can get to it, and then we'll do the same on the other side, and then we'll go from there. The other thing I'm going to have to do as well, because I want the engine quite far back, is I'm going to notch this out, but I'm going to make it look kind of original. I don't really want to take too much of the Corolla away from the engine bay, so we're doing that. So that's the progression of tonight, hopefully. Let's see how we get on. We've got some more bits ordered, we've got a clutch pedal on its way, and I've got to try and work out the best way of cleaning my inlet manifold. Anybody give me any advice on that? We're going to have to put this in, dummy it in. I did try an old dishwasher trick. It kind of worked a little bit, it helped, but I want to clean them up and make it really, really nice. So anybody gives me any best advice on this? I might get this, because I stripped it right down, I might get it re-zinc coated, but we'll see. I mean, I'm going to use stock, like, don't forget this is just going to be stock power, so, well, stock power plus a little bit, because it'll have an intercooler and exhaust and be better breathing. But let's stop going on and let's crack on. Right, made a bit of progress. Done a slotted plate with enough room for the tolerance, because these engine mounts have got a dowel locator to stop them twisting. So we got that, and then we put a fold in it, and then I was hoping to have this on my program, but I didn't. So I've actually hand cut this out with a slot there, which is going to be nice and strong. Left plenty of material there and there and there. So now I'm going to make this back piece with a slot in to keep it nice and lightweight. That one's is also the same. So they're basically exactly mirror image, which is also making me think that the engine's pretty much in the right place. We will double check before I weld anything. So we're going to make that back piece now, and then what we'll probably do is I might bring the MIG in here, just because the TIG's working outside, not outside, but it's actually working on my dad's car, and I don't want to keep moving it backwards and forwards. So I'm going to make the other plate, and I'll tack it together with a MIG, clean it all up and TIG weld it on the bench, and then I'll place them in here, and then we'll weld this later on when I come to finalising the engine, the exact placement. But we know this is in the right place at the moment, and we got the sump at the right height. nice and high above the cross member. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get this back plate done, and then we'll get that tacked together and welded, and then we can at least place it in and it's ready to go. Right, so we got that in and cleaned. So that's how it's going to be. We might put a plate on the back side completely yet, but at least we've got a good point of where it's going to be, and we can get that mocked up. So the plan is now I'm going to tack this section together. So that's a box, and then we'll take that off and go and get it done and TIG weld it. And we'll do the same with this side. I'll obviously cut the other bits down here. So let's get that. We've got the MIG set up, so we'll tuck that in and go from there. Oh, come on. It's taking the mic now. I can't shook my ass. It's so close. There we go. Come on. Yeah. Got all them welded all together. They're not welded into the cross member yet, but they're both in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to centre the crank to the chassis rails, dead square. Make sure there's crank centre, and I'm going to centre the gearbox in the tunnel or in the centre of the car. And then once we've got that measurement, I'm going to tack these in, I think, with the MIG for now. That's the engine completely centered. Now we've got them in and tapped in, my next job is I want to try and run the viscous on the radiator. I remember in my old KE70 I couldn't because the engine was quite far forward. Now we've moved this one quite far back. So I'm going to quickly offer up the viscous and the rad and see where we're sitting. Probably ain't going to be able to do this very quick because the rad has got fans on it, which I didn't know it had. Let's do a quick see what room we've got. Yeah, obviously the thing's got. I think it will work, you know. Do a quick measurement of the rad without the fans on, and we'll see what room we've got to play with. Now, obviously there's nuts on there currently. Oh yeah, we're money, aren't we? Yeah, boy. Yeah, we'll get it in there then. So we get the rad in there, plenty of room. And we'll make a shroud for it probably. So that's good news. But we're going to call it a day on this one. Big thanks for watching. We'll get in some more details soon. We're going to be starting to mount the rear shocks, prop shaft loop, and then we can start making this gearbox tunnel now we know the size and where it's going to be. And then once we've got the gearbox tunnel done, we'll get onto the gearbox mounts. And then that's it, then we can start really getting into the rest of it. So we're getting super excited. Once we've got these last bits done, we can start getting into arches, doing real fancy stuff, and more fancy stuff. I don't know whether I can get more fancy than what I've been doing, but I'm trying. I'm always trying to do better. But thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. Please get on the website for merchandise or message me directly on Instagram or through YouTube. I appreciate you all guys watching and following, and all the kind comments. Keeps me motivated to keep going on this thing. And yeah, I think you'll be excited just as much as me when we first get it going. Thanks guys.